Alright, so I got 20,000 in pipeline and closed a 7.5k deal this week with a 10-minute video, just a 10-minute video. We leverage cold outreach. This is not paid advertising. We spent literally zero on ads, and I'm going to show you how you can do something like this for yourself. Before I actually go into that, I'm going to break down the two biggest mistakes I see people make, when they leverage cold outreach, and I'm going to break down how you can get out of this and from there get more clients who end up wanting to become clients of yours. Let me show you. So we got this client pretty recently, as you can see. They're saying, hey, awesome, thanks Greg, we're excited to work with you and your team. So I'm going to show you how to get people who are actually excited to work with you. And by the way, if you want to get people who are excited to work with you, just leveraging videos, just leveraging cold outreach and videos, there is going to be like a video that breaks down like our entire process, So if you like what you see in the video, I'd appreciate it if you schedule a call right after. But go for the video first, but let's actually dive into this actual strategy. Right, cool. So the first thing is typically when it comes to cold outreach, this is what most people do. So they go ahead and leverage code, and this is what it looks like. They send a cold DM. From there, they go on a Zoom meeting, and that's it. And obviously, this is easy. I could literally take a random message, and then from there send it to enough people and book 10 meetings tomorrow, because I'm good at what I do at this point. So I know my market, and I could literally just get a bunch of calls, But that's not going to do any good. Why? Because there's a lack of know, like, and trust. When there's a lack of know, like, and trust, what happens is you end up getting a bunch of objections. Yeah, let me think about it. Yeah, I don't know if something like this would work for me. I don't know you, stuff like that, And 99% of people, still do something like this, and don't educate people. What you need to do is you need to out-educate, in this case, your competitors. If you out-educate people, because we're in a trust economy, most likely it's going to make your job a lot easier on a sales call. Most of the time, what you guys try to do is you guys basically spend a lot of time trying to master your sales calls, trying to really overcome every objections, trying to show your presentation and how good your presentation is, how good your service is, and you're doing all the work on the sales call. But normally your marketing should be doing all the work for you in this case. So they should go on the call and they should already know you, like you, and trust you already. And from there, it's just about knowing if they're a good fit for your service, and knowing if you like them or not in this case. So that's the new way. So basically, I'm going to break down the entire process, but we still leverage cold DMs. But the only difference is, instead of going on a Zoom meeting right away, we basically send them a VSL. Once we send them that VSL, we send them a conversion video. Then, we make them go through a conversion email sequence, and I'll actually break down what that is. But let's actually dive into mistake number 2. I see a lot of people who are heavily focused on themselves, and they send a cold pitch where they're pitching the person, and they hope for the person to go on a call. When you do stuff like this is what you look like. So this is basically an unlocked character. I'm not into video gaming and stuff, but when a character is unlocked, you cannot use a character and you cannot use it to its full potential in this case. And when you just leverage cold DMs, this is basically what you look like, But once you start to break out of that, you then become an influencer. I don't want you to become an IG influencer, obviously not, but an influencer is someone that influences people, So you influence people by sending VSLs, videos that basically makes people think differently, and from there book a call with you, You influence people by creating content, so that way you shift people's perspective into doing what you are used to doing, Basically, that's becoming an influencer, and that's what you need to do. All right, so let's actually dive into the process. So typically, as I said, in the old way, most people, what they do is they leverage cold DMs, they leverage IGX, they'll basically craft a random search on LinkedIn, maybe, they'll reach out to a list of prospects. But what we want to do instead is we want to leverage intent data. It means that we want to leverage people who are looking for what you do or interested in something in the thing that you sell in this case. So there's 3 levels of the intent data that I love. There's commented on a post, they joined a LinkedIn event, or they joined a specific community. So for that specific client, we leverage score. Once we leverage score, we basically leverage a permission-based pitch. So what most people are doing is they're like, okay, I have this. Do you want it? Mind if we go on a call and I'll show you how it works? That's what most people are doing, 99%. But in order for us to be different, we leveraged a phantom message paired with a permission-based pitch. So we basically explain what we have and how it works, and we tell them, hey, I actually have a video that breaks down how X, Y, and Z works. It actually breaks down how we can help you get X amount of leads, and how we do this without X outcome and without X pain points that's annoying in this case. Is it cool if I send it to you? And the thing is, people love that you ask for the permission, because most people are not asking. They're just saying, here's the video, here's my PDF, here's my guide, here's I've never asked you for that guide, I've never asked you for that video. So basically having something like this, will help you to not only get more responses because it's a permission-based pitch, it will get you a lot of yeses, and then from there you go ahead and send a VSL to people who actually want it. Then what's going to happen is they're going to watch the VSL and stay until the end, because I'm going to break down some successful VSLs and even our own. But basically you send them the VSL. Once you send them the VSL, they go ahead and self-book. The call to action to the VSL is, if you like our process, if you like everything that you've seen, and it resonates with you, go ahead and book a call, And guess what? Once, you do something like this, they're a lot more convinced. They trust you because they've seen testimonials, they've seen stuff about you in this case. All right, awesome. So let's actually break down how to create that VSL, because I know that most likely you're watching this video because you want to know how to create a kick-ass VSL. And stay on to the end again, because I'm going to break down different VSLs, that are working, just to show you that it's easier than you think, and it's easier to do in this case. So the first thing is you want to make a bold claim. But before you do so, there's two things that you need in this case. The first thing that you need is you need to understand your prospect's pain points. Then from there, you need to understand your prospect's ideal outcome. What is that they want? So pain and pleasure. Once you have something like this, what you want to do is you want to make a bold claim. So for example, I might want to say something like, if you want to get a six-pack in 30 days, basically follow the system, because you're going to see how to get a six-pack, plus, becoming in shape in 30 days or less. That's a bold claim. It's like a bold claim. From there, what you want to include is risk mitigation. So if they don't get the outcome, how do you mitigate the risk? So you tell them, okay, so you're going to get that bold claim, but if you don't get it, this is basically what we do for you. So if you don't get a six-pack in 30 days, we basically work for free until you get one in this case. That's risk mitigation. Or we basically create a specific meal plan for you, so that way, you can get there faster in this case. So yeah, from there, once you've included that, you basically include some case studies, successful case studies from people that you've helped. Then you want to create what I call an epiphany moment, because typically at this point in the video, you want to educate them. So as I said at the beginning, you always want to out-educate other people. So you want to educate them on your process. How does it work? What's the different steps, and what you want to create is what I call an epiphany. You need to shift, their worldview and how they're used to doing things in this case. Once you create an epiphany, you'll notice that their trust level is going to go up, because you've shown them something that they didn't know in this case. From there, you include again some social proof. So you might want to include some clients that you've helped, successful things that you've done, related to the VSL obviously. And then from there, you include a call to action, which is, hey, if you're interested in something like this, go ahead and book a call. And all of these, the biggest gurus, as I said, you need to become an influencer instead of a self-centered bro. They're all doing this. All these influencers, they're all doing this. So let's actually break it down. Let's see this one. Boom. First line: how to generate 5 warm leads on LinkedIn consistently. That's a bold claim. I'll actually show you this one. If you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, or service-based business, looking to book 5 to 10 qualified sales calls per day, you know, like bold claim again. He started the video with "oh baby." You know, it's not a bold claim, but yeah, they're just doing the exact same stuff. So what you can do is you can go ahead and emulate, you know, what they're doing, because good artists create, great artists steal. So what you can actually do is steal the video format. Don't steal the content, otherwise that obviously that will be dumb, you know. But basically, like, leverage the structure, you know, that they used, and from there apply it to your own case studies, you know, and your own style. And at some point, you know, you're going to figure out, you know, how to actually create a kick-ass VSL. You know, so it's going to take like a lot of trial and error, obviously, because you have to like test it, send it to people, they have to give you feedback, and then from there, with your calls, you're going to see if your calls are quality with those VSLs. Are they even watching the VSL? What's the retention rate on the VSL? Stuff like that. But at some point, trust me, you'll figure it out. So yeah, from there, you know, what we typically do is we go ahead and send them access to a conversion video. So conversion video is something that will increase your watch time. Because what we want to do is we don't just want to send them the VSL and that's it. We want to immerse the person into our world in this case. And in order for us to do that, what we basically do is we send them a video that's designed to break down how our process works, you know, but also show them like, also create more epiphanies, you know. We want to create more epiphanies so that way we can, again, shift, you know, their way of thinking, so that way they think like us in this case. Once we send a conversion video, we then put that person into a conversion growth funnel. And the conversion growth funnel is something that will increase their watch time. So they're going to, again, watch more things on you, testimonials, you know, case studies, success stories, you know, of yours, so that way you can make them more, basically trust you more. And then from there, it's a 6-step, you know, sales automation sequence, you know, as said, to increase watch time in this case. So, and at this point, they go on the Zoom meeting. And guess what? At this point, they're not sold, but they're pre-sold. So at this point, you can just focus your time on figuring out if they're a good fit for your service or not. You don't have to, you don't need any sales tactics. You know, you don't need to be the best closer on earth. You don't need more training. You don't need a closer. It becomes a lot easier, and you need less leads, you know. That's why, like, when we work with people, we're like, we'll help you to get 20 warm sales calls, you know, 20 warm sales calls with prospects who've gone through this exact same process. Right, so that's basically it. Obviously, there's like a lot more steps, you know, that go into it, you know. It's like an entire system, you know, in this case, with like the conversion growth funnel, with the VSL, with like the messages that we send, the follow-ups, everything, you know. If you want, you know, to do something like this, there are really 2 options. You can either try it yourself, you know, take what you've learned, you know, from this video, go ahead and like reverse engineer, you know, these ones, you know, and then from there, go ahead and send VSLs to your ideal clients. But if you want to go there faster, you can basically get our help, you know. So there's like a video that actually breaks down our entire process. So basically, in order for you to learn like the exact process, you can go ahead and watch, you know, that video. It's going to guide you. And then from that end, if you like what you see, please schedule a call. I'd love to see if you're fit for what we do. We basically like help you to build this entire process, you know, instead of you having to figuring it out. Basically, we do this for you and we give you our system. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Video is going to be down below. And yeah, take care. Peace.